Social democracy seeks and finds the ways, and particular slogans, of the workers' struggle only in the course of the development of this struggle, and gains directions for the way forward through this struggle alone. Democracy is indispensable, not because it renders superfluous the conquest of political power by the proletariat, but, on the contrary, because it makes this seizure of power both necessary and possible. People finally understood that the role of the Social Democratic Party rests on its conscious leadership of the mass struggle against the existing society, a struggle that must reckon with the vital, necessary conditions of capitalist society. The more that social democracy develops, grows, and becomes stronger, the more the enlightened masses of workers will take their own destinies, the leadership of their movement, and the determination of its direction into their own hands. In the imperialist era, the foreign loan played an outstanding part as a means for young capitalist countries to acquire independence. Freedom is always the freedom of the dissenter. Credit reproduces all the fundamental antagonisms of the capitalist world. It accentuates them. It precipitates their development and thus pushes the capitalist world forward to its own destruction. Social democracy is only the advance guard of the proletariat, a small piece of the total working masses, blood from their blood, and flesh from their flesh. Those who do not move, do not notice their chains. Marxism is a revolutionary worldview that must always struggle for new revelations. The working classes in every country only learn to fight in the course of their struggles. Between social reforms and revolution there exists for social democracy an indissoluble tie. The struggle for reforms is its means, the social revolution, its aim.
Freedom only for the members of the government, only for the members of the party, though they are quite numerous, is no freedom at all. The masses are in reality their own leaders, dialectically creating their own development process.
The existing legal constitution is nothing but the product of a revolution. Revolution is the act of political creation in the history of classes, while constitutional legislation is the expression of the continual political vegetation of a society.
The most revolutionary thing one can do is always to proclaim loudly what is happening. Before a revolution happens, it is perceived as impossible; after it happens, it is seen as having been inevitable.
I know thy works, that thou art neither cold nor hot. I would that thou wert cold or hot. So then, because thou art lukewarm, and neither cold nor hot, I will spew thee out of my mouth. Being human means throwing your whole life on the scales of destiny when need be, all the while rejoicing in every sunny day and every beautiful cloud. The most revolutionary thing one can do is always to proclaim loudly what is happening. Work for legal reform takes place only within the framework of the social form created by the last revolution. Freedom is always and exclusively freedom for the one who thinks differently. What presents itself to us as bourgeois legality is nothing but the violence of the ruling class, violence raised to an obligatory norm from the outset. Women's freedom is a sign of social freedom. Bourgeois class domination is undoubtedly a historical necessity, but, so too, is the rising of the working class against it. Capital is a historical necessity, but, so too, its gravedigger, the socialist proletariat. Tomorrow the revolution will rise up again, clashing its weapons, and to your horror, it will proclaim with trumpets blazing, I was, I am, I shall be. History is the only true teacher, the revolution is the best school for the proletariat. The masses are the decisive element, they are the rock on which the final victory of the revolution will be built. Thank you for watching. If the video is beneficial, just give a like, comment, share and subscribe.